All right, good afternoon and welcome to Master Talker online class. Today we'll be talking about integration of products. That is what we call integration by parts. Integration by parts, okay? This is one of the best part of integration that you will love. It's very, very simple. So what do? We know something. We know that if I want to differentiate the product of two things, maybe u and v, okay? Remember, it said leave the first one u, differentiate the second one dv. Don't forget it's dv over dv dx, that's with respect to x, plus then leave the second one, differentiate the first one. Okay, now let us take the integral of both sides. The integral of d of uv, okay, is equal to the integral of u dv plus the integral of v du. Okay, now integration is the opposite of differentiation. They will cancel out. So I'm having here uv is equal to the integral of u dv plus integral of what? V du. So I want integral of u dv to stay alone. So this one will come here. So I'm having uv minus integral of v du is equal to what? The integral of u dv. So the formula said the integration of u dv is equal to uv minus the integral of v du. Remember, I started with u dv, then I'm ending with v du. So the formula said the integral of u dv is equal to what? Uv minus integral of v du. Now the problem is, in solving this integration, you need to know how to choose between u and dv. Okay, in both of them you have to choose that the first one should be u and second one is dv. Now how do you choose u? How to choose u? How to choose u? Now how to choose u? We use something I call ladies like pet. Ladies like pet. LPET. Ladies like pet. Ladies like pet means that L is logarithm. So if logarithm is in the equation, is in the question, you are choosing that your u is that logarithm. That is what you choose. Okay? If you don't have logarithm there, you now go for polynomials. P is polynomial. So if there is no logarithm, automatically if there is polynomial becomes u. The next one is e. The e is the exponential. Then finally, trigonometry. So if I have combination of polynomial and trigonometry, it means that my u must be polynomial. If I'm having the combination of logarithm and trigonometry, my u must be logarithm. So remember it by ladies like pets. Ladies like pets. That is how to remember it. So let's take a question and solve so you understand what we are doing. Okay, ladies like pets. Yes, and indeed ladies like pets because my wife like pets as well. Okay, this is the integral. We have a question. The integral of x squared ln x dx. Okay, now if you look at these two, this one is logarithm. This one is polynomial. X squared is polynomial, while ln x is logarithm. I told that ln is logarithm, and don't forget that what? Ladies like pets. So which means logarithm is here and logarithm comes first. Automatically I'll say that what? Let u be that what? Ln x. Then my dv is now the other part. My dv is now what? X squared. So to get du, because there are four things you need to get: u and v, du and dv. So since I have gotten u and dv, so what I need now is now v and du. So if I get du by differentiating this, differentiation of ln x is what? 1 over x, comma. Now this is dv. So I need to integrate it to get my v. So integration of dv is equal to the integration of what? S squared dx. So differentiation is the opposite of integration. So v, differentiation cancel integration. I'm having v standing alone is equal to integrate this is what? S raised power 3 over 3 plus a constant. Okay, is it not? But here we will not put plus a constant because that is not the last thing we are going to do. So let's just use this. So I will now write out my formula. My formula said the integral of u dv is equal to what? uv minus the integral of v du. Okay, so let us go. This is the integral of, let me substitute. U is ln x dot dv. Where is my dv? Okay, dv is x squared dx, which is my question. This is my question. Is equal to now uv. Where is my u? U and v. uv is what? Ln x times x raised to power 3 over 3 minus the integral of now v du. My v is x raised to power 3 over 3 times du. My du is 1 over x, then dx. Okay, so finally I'm having the integral. If I arrange this very well, it will be what? X squared ln x dx is equal to don't know, this my marker is misbehaving. Okay, so I'm having the integral of this. This time this you have x raised to power 3 over 3 ln x minus the integral of, now x can cancel x raised to power 3 to have x raised to power 2 over 3 dx. So you have to integrate this part now to finish up. So I'm having x raised to power 3 over 3 ln x minus, I thought that 1 over 3 can come out, so that I'm only integrating x squared dx. So what do we have now? X raised to power 3 over 3 ln x minus 1 over 3 is already here. Then the integral of this thing is x raised to power 3 over 3. Then finally plus a constant. So what do we have now? X raised to power 3 over 3 ln x minus x raised to power 3 over 9 plus a constant. So that is the answer. Okay, it's not difficult. Let me solve more questions so that you will understand what I'm saying perfectly. Okay, now don't forget that we apply this product rule when we have the product of two different functions. There must be two different functions. That is either combining exponential with logarithm or combining logarithm and polynomial, like that. It cannot be the same function. It must be different functions. So what do we have now? The next one is said x squared e raised to power 3x dx. Okay, now we want to solve this. Now don't forget, immediately you see the product of two different functions, you now write out that your lid is LPET to know the one you are choosing. So polynomial comes before exponential. So polynomial is my u. I'll tell them that let u be that polynomial x raised to power 2. Okay, then my dv, not v but dv, is equal to e raised to power 3x. So to get du is equal to what? 2x. Differentiate this thing 2x. But to get v is to integrate. Integration of this is what? It's supposed to be e raised to power x, but it's now e raised to power 3x. So differentiate this. Use it and divide the integral of everything, which is e raised to power what? 3x. So this is the integration. So now write out your formula because you have gotten the 4 things you need. So the formula said the integral of what? U dv is equal to what? uv minus the integral of v du. So let us now put it. This is the integral of u is x squared, dv is e raised to power 3x, okay? dx is equal to uv. U is x squared and v is e raised to power 3x over 3 minus the integral of v e raised to power 3x over 3 and du. Du is what? 2x. Then you now add the x. So what do we have? This is equal to x raised to power 2 over 3, or let me just say 1 over 3 x raised to power 2 e raised to power 3x minus the constant can come outside, which is what? 2 over 3 the integral of x e raised to power 3x dx. Now, if you look at this place now, this one is another integration by parts, which you have to do again. It's another integration by parts. So we have to bring it out and integrate it by parts. So I'm going to bring out the integral of x e raised to power 3x dx. So don't forget, lay this LPET. So polynomial comes before exponential. So this is my u. My u is equal to x, while my dv is equal to what? E raised to power 3x. So what do we have now? My du is equal to, differentiation of this is 1, while my v is, the integration of this is e raised to power 3x over 3. Okay, so let us substitute in our formula, which said integration of u dv is equal to uv minus integration of v du. So we said the integration of x e raised to power 3x dx is equal to u is x, v is e raised to power 3x over 3 minus the integral of e raised to power 3x over 3 times du is 1 dx. So what do we have now? We now have finally x e raised to power 3x over 3 minus anything times 1 is the same thing, but the integration of e raised to power 3x will be what? Another 3 coming down. So I'm going to have e raised to power 3x over 9 then plus a constant. So this is now the answer I'll substitute here. So finally my answer is now 1 over 3x squared e raised to power 3x minus 2 over 3 into these people, into x e raised to power 3x over 3 minus e raised to power 3x over 9. You close, then you now put plus a constant. So that is my answer. You can decide to open bracket and or factorize if you like. So that is that. Okay, so let's solve more questions. If you can solve like 3 or 4 questions, I believe you will understand it very, very well. So let's take another question. Okay. Okay, another question said, find the integration of ln x. I think this is the last question I'm going to solve. Then we are okay. Okay, I will solve one more question. Okay, now the integration of ln x. Please, the differentiation of ln x is 1 over x, not the integration of ln x. Please. So what do you do here? This is integration by parts. This is just as saying the integration of 1 times ln x then dx. Now don't forget, lay this LPET. So the logarithm is this one that comes first. You know that 1 is a polynomial. 1 is set as saying x raised to power 0, so it's a polynomial. So I'm having that what? My u is what? The ln x, while my dv is my 1. So what do we have now? Du is equal to what? Differentiation of ln x is 1 over x. You see now, but not the integration. So v is now the integration of this, and integration of x is simply 1 is simply x. So let us substitute in our formula, because we have gotten the 4 things we need. Our formula said the integral of what? U dv is equal to what? Uv minus the integral of what? V du. So let us substitute. I now have the integral of what? U is ln x dot 1 dx, which is equal to what? Uv. U is ln x dot v is x minus the integral of v is x du. V is x, du is 1 over x dx. Okay, so what do we have now? We're now having x ln x minus the integral of this into this is 1 dx. So what am I having? X ln x minus integration of this is x. So if I can factorize to have x into ln x minus 1 plus a constant. So that is that. So the integration of ln x is saying x ln x minus x plus a constant. So thank you very much for watching this particular one. Let me solve the last question before we round off for integration by parts. Okay, the last question I'm going to solve is Okay, the last question I'm going to solve is the integral of e raised to power 3x sine x dx. Okay, now look at this. Don't forget, product of two different functions. You remember, ladies, like pet. So exponential comes before trigonometry, so exponential is my u. So u is equal to e raised to power 3x, while dv is equal to my sine x. So therefore du is equal to what? 3e raised to power 3x. I hope you remember. Differentiating this means differentiate the bracket, use it and multiply the differentiation of everything. But if it's integration, I'll use it and divide. So my v is now, the integration of sine is minus cos, please. The differentiation of sine is cos, but the integration of sine is minus cos. So I've gotten the four things I needed. So let me write out my formula. My formula said the integration of u dv is equal to uv minus integration of v du. Okay, so let us substitute. If I substitute, I'm having the integral of e raised to power 3x sine x dx, which is the question, is equal to v is e raised to power 3x dot, I'm sorry, u, v is minus cos x, okay, minus the integral of v minus cos x, okay, dot du. Du is 3 e raised to power 3x. Okay, so what do we have now? We are having the integral of e raised to power 3x sine x dx is equal to minus e raised to power 3x cos x, and minus minus here will give you plus, plus 3 the integral of what? Cos x e raised to power 3x. Okay, now if you look at this, this is another integration by parts. So we need to solve this one by integration by parts again. So if we solve it by integration by parts, we are going to have, leaving the 3, we are going to have the integral of cos x e raised to power 3x dx. So don't forget that your ladies like pets. So exponential is my u. U is equal to e raised to power 3x, while dv is equal to cos x. So du is equal to 3 e raised to power 3x, while v is equal to sine x. Differentiation of cos x is minus sine, but the integration of cos is just sine. So now write your formula. My formula said the integral of u dv is equal to uv minus the integral of v du. So what do we have now? The integral of u is e raised to power 3x, dv is cos x, okay, is equal to this one is giving me uv. U is e raised to power 3x, v is sine x, okay, minus the integral of v is sine x, y du is e raised to power du is 3 e raised to power 3x dot dx. Okay, so now look at this. Let us now carry this thing and put here. So I'm having the integral of e raised to power 3x sine x dx is equal to minus the exponential of 3x cos x plus 3 into, look at this, into e raised to power 3x sine x, okay, minus the integral, okay, let me bring the 3 outside, minus 3 the integral of e raised to power 3x sine x dx. Now, okay, let me open the bracket and see what will happen. You know, this one is another this one here is another integration by part, but we are not going to do that. We are not going to do that. So let me open the bracket. I'm having the question is integration of e raised to power 3x sine x dx is equal to, I'm having minus e raised to power 3x cos x plus 3 times this, I'm having 3 e raised to power 3x sine x. 3 times this, I'm having minus 9 the integral of e raised to power 3x sine x dx. Now, this one and this one are the same thing, so collect items, take this one to this side. I'm having the integral of e raised to power 3x, because if you keep doing this thing, it will be giving us integration by part continuously. So let's carry this thing and come to this side. I'm having sine x dx. It was minus, so I'm having plus 9 the integral of e raised to power 3x sine x dx is equal to, now look at what is remaining, minus, okay, let me write the plus first, 3e raised to power 3x sine x minus e raised to power 3x cos x. So this and this will give you 10. So I'm having 10 the integral of the integral of e raised to power 3x sine x dx is equal to, let me factor out. I'm having e raised to power x outside, e raised to power 3x outside, in bracket of 3 sine x minus cos x. Okay, now divide everybody by 10 so that your question will remain. So I'm having the integral of e raised to power 3x sine x dx is equal to e raised to power 3x over 10, then in bracket of 3 sine x minus cos x, then plus a constant. So that is the answer. Thank you very much for watching. In our next video, we'll now talk about integration by partial fraction. God bless you.